Hello everyone. Welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 17/10/2022 newspaper. So let's quickly get into the news that is there. The first one is Congress to choose between Kharge and Tarur today not required. Big private projects give investment boost in Q2. See guys, anytime if a country's economy has to perform well, if the GDP of the country has to increase, the first most important thing is investment must be there. So there are two types of investment that we look for. One is public investment made by the government. Second one is private investment. After 1990s, we mostly look for private investments. So when more private investment enter into the country, more money will be there in the market, and the investments will also give more job opportunities, which leads to overall growth of the country. Now, this article says that in this quarter, we have performed well mainly because of the private projects which gave the boost compared to the previous one. So, nothing much. They're talking about how the projects have come up, but the article also says that certain other projects which they had promised that they would be investing in the country is no more present now. That is like, they are not investing much. These things always will be there, but what we need to see is whether there is any improvement or not. For me, what is more important for you in all these aspects is the private projects are increasing. That's it, guys. Don't think beyond that. Now, Food Day as a remember to leave no one behind. This is an article written by a team of Food and Agricultural Organization FAO who are working in India. And guys, this is a good article with respect to hunger index which we saw. Recently, there was a report saying that India has is 107 out of 120 countries with respect to hunger index, and there is a lot of criticism about the government with respect to that. And in similar lines, what needs to be done is also given by FAO on Food Day. October 16th is the Food Day, and on that day, what needs to be done is they have given here. Now, in this, they say that India is one of the best countries for food exports, but this year, what happened? In few parts of the world, the food productivity got affected because of climate change. Now, because of high temperature, in those areas, what happened? Like, the hot air started blowing and the entire crop got fire. And India, which was ready to export, was conscious because if we export to other countries, then we may not have enough wheat. So India did not. So the article is trying to say there is a conscious effort made by India, but the world is also suffering. Today there is need for at least 205 million people to get assistance. And if that doesn't happen post COVID, there is a possibility that many children may die due to lack of availability of the food, right? And then we are talking about the type of agriculture that we need to go for. As we are all aware, some of the areas, due to green revolution and other aspects, there is lot of negative impact of the on the environment, and this article is trying to say that we must go for environment friendly methods, and Indian government has taken measures in doing it already, and we should also focus on sustainable development goals, right, where the International Fund for Agriculture Development's Tejaswini program is aiming at increasing the millet production, which is also increasing the productivity and the money which the farmers would actually get. Some points are important. If you have written the global hunger index, below that you write post COVID, post COVID, several countries, several countries are facing food security problem, food security problem, including India. Next point, hunger hotspot outlook, hunger hotspot outlook by FAO, by FAO and World Food Program, World Food Program indicates that indicates that there are over there are over 205 million people, 205 million people across 45 countries who will need food emergency to survive. Next, today today India is one of the largest one of the largest food producers in the world, and recently India could not export due to demand in food production. Next point, FAO has supported India's progress in crop productivity, livestock, fisheries, food security, and management of natural resources. Next point, India during COVID provided for more than 50% of Indians food availability through Pradhan Mantri Gramin Kalyan sorry, Garib Kalyan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. Next point, agriculture should also ensure soil degradation is reduced and grow crops which does not and grow crops which does not affect which does not affect environment. Fine, guys. Guys, the bigger picture of intermediation and financial crisis. This actually talks about the recent economy who have got the Nobel Peace Prize. I'll just explain what it is trying to tell. See, guys, if everything is good in the world, for example, no COVID, no wars, nothing, and you have kept your money in the bank, even at that time, is there a possibility of bank getting into trouble and the economy getting into trouble? The article says yes. And the article says that a person who will invest the money, they don't know when they need, so they will keep the money in savings bank account. Whereas a person who wants to take loan want long term loan because he wants to invest in the business. Now the bank is trying to balance between the two. So bank expects that the people will not withdraw much money, and over a period of time they would create trouble because no one knows when the emergency will be there and everyone wants to withdraw their money from the banks, and they don't want to keep the money in the banks because what if the banks go bankrupt? Now at this point of time, most of the governments have tried to and should try to provide insurance to the public, so that even if the bank becomes bankrupt, the insurance company will play a role. Is this is known to us, so that's what the article is trying to say. Nothing much. The plumbing of inner party democracy is about the Congress, a gamble that is unlikely to pay off. It is talking about KCR plans, making a case for the old pension scheme. MBBS course in Hindi kicks off in MP with release of textbooks. So guys, they are also planning to have it in 10 more languages, right? And remember, Ministry of Official Language, or sorry, Department of Official Language is under Ministry of Home Affairs, and they look into it. And if it can come in all the other local languages as well, it would be good. Again, there is a death in Jammu Kashmir of a Hindu Pandit, which has made Hindus to live in Kashmir difficult. Yes, Russia is also trying to provide a light tank, right, along with US and others, so that India can use them near Ladakh region. Fine. So this is very, very important. Let us see. There is a tender going on, guys. On the basis of that, we need to look. Yes. Tamil Nadu raises concern over presence of Chinese troops in Sri Lanka. Yes, actually, what has happened in Sri Lanka, northernmost part of Sri Lanka, Tamils are actually there. So if we just try to check it out, if you try to see, this is India. In the northern part and eastern part, Tamils are there, and this part is closer to India. Now, China is trying to say that we are going to grow sea cucumbers in this region and help the farmers. But Tamil Nadu is saying that recently, in the name of doing survey in this region, Chinese had brought drones, Chinese had brought surveillance equipments, Chinese has brought intercontinental ballistic missiles. And recently, one boat with Chinese nationals was trying to enter into India. And closer to this, we have Pulikat Lake and Sriharikota, from where our rocket launching and all normally happens. China is trying to collect information about our east coast with the help of Sri Lanka. Moreover, all these activities will make the Tamils get divided and they may go closer to China. And if any water is contaminated or polluted, that may have significant impact on Indian fishermen also, are some of the things that is being said in this particular article, guys. So in Indo-China relations or internal security issues, you can write recently China has planned to grow sea cucumbers near northern Sri Lanka, which is closer to India. During this, surveillance was made by Chinese troops, where they had brought where they have brought intercontinental ballistic missiles, drones, drones, and also surveillance equipments. Recently, recently, few Sri Lankan few Sri Lankan nationals and Chinese also tried to enter into the country. Yeah. So, guys, CBI summons Delhi Deputy CM not required. Sisodia is a corruption agent. Many challenges as India takes up G20 presidency. It is just a debate, guys. Nothing significant in that. BJP workers share views on Himachal candidates. Show courage. A strong opposition needed to fight the BJP led government. Adopt one person, one lab approach. Prime Minister Modi is trying to say that give more lab facilities so that, we are trying to come out with new innovations in CSIR. India's coal mines are severely underutilized amid push for new ones. See, guys, India is planning to go for having more coal fields. Like, they are trying to do a survey where the new map, new coal fields are present and how to get coal out of it. But at the same time, when we look at it, already existing coal fields, we are not extracting much, and the potential of extraction is very, very less. The main reason for this is, guys, in India, coal fields were allocated based upon the utility. For example, if I give you a coal field, you should only use the coal field for your industrial activity. For example, I have a thermal power plant. I need to produce electricity. I would be given one coal field. So what I'll do, I will extract coal according to my need. But if I want to sell it to others, then based upon the demand, I keep extracting. So in India, the coal is not extracted as per the demand of the market, but it is on the basis of the demand of a particular company, which has actually taken the tender. And that was how initially tenders were given, because they didn't want coal to be exploited unnecessarily. So what they told, every company will be allocated one coal field, so that you can extract coal according to your wish and you can produce electricity, and you don't complain to us that the coal is not available. But recently it has been reversed, where we have told that even for commercial purposes it can be given, but that would be for the newer fields rather than the old fields alone. So we need to wait and watch about those aspects. Center may not pick up fresh stocks of COVID-19 vaccines. Public dashboard to track progress of remediation of legacy landfills. So guess what is a landfill? Landfill basically means the all the garbage that we put in different areas across India. We have actually put lot of garbage, and around that area what will happen, that in a dustbin, if I leave the garbage material for more than a day, normally, all the liquids and all from that will start going out. So similarly, if I put sewage or garbage anywhere, liquids and all from that will come, and it will go into the groundwater and create trouble in the groundwater, guys. At the same time, land degradation happens, right? So there are many issues that are normally going to happen because of what? Because of what we call as, like you know landfills. So India has actually asked for garbage free India within a 5-year period, but there are many other things that needs to be taken care before this. Last time in Bangalore there was an issue when the garbage was actually dumped in the nearby village. The villagers started protesting that this is causing lot of diseases to us, and this needs to be stopped at any cost. Similarly, there are reports that, Mumbai, Delhi, and many other areas, landfills are actually increasing. Right? Just try to write about this. Landfills, landfills, hyphen, under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, one of the major, one of the major program is to remove landfills in the country, and and Prime Minister has requested to make all cities garbage free. India is planning for legacy landfills, which which is more than which is more than thousand, which can which can contain more than 1,000 tons of waste. Full stop. it is extremely important, it is extremely important to have new landfills, because the old landfills the old landfills are not systematically done, and this can be seen in areas like Mumbai, where landfill is spread over 300 acres, 300 acres, and contains 2.6 crore tons of waste, and contains 2.6 crore tons of waste. Next, guys, you see here, PLA officer part of Galwan clash attends party congress, 4 killed as fire breaks out in jail housing Iran's political prisoners not required. No government can control the market. 4 injured in shooting outside US varsity library not required. Travel with the right cover for senior citizens. It's about a policy, guys. If you want to take insurance policy for traveling and all. So these are some of the issues, guys. Now, as I was trying to say, this we have REAP program, read, evaluate, analyze, and practice. This is a program of test series where we will have both prelims and mains test series. Or if you want to opt for prelims separately and mains separately, also you can opt. Because this is systematically done where, every week the syllabus will be provided to you in such a way that by your prelims exam, at least 3 times you will be doing your preparation. Initially, the preparation will be in topic, let us say history, art, and culture, and all you will read. Later, you will have complete history paper again, so that would be your second revision, and then in the third revision, you will have all the subjects in the paper. So the plan is to ensure that there is minimum 3 revisions before your prelims, and the cost is also minimal. It is available both online and offline. So there will be approximately 41 tests, 30 GS and CSAT 11. We have given priority to CSAT also, as you are aware. Many students are failing today in CSAT only. And then for mains test series, guys, general studies will be almost 20 papers and essay 4 papers. One essay will give in the beginning and essays we will give at the end. And we are aware that, if a student writes an essay in the beginning without reading GS properly, and after reading GS if he gives the essay, then the way he writes would be completely different. So it is very, essential for students to know how they are performing based upon, the results that would be given. Evaluation will be done and you will be provided detailed feedback as well. So interested students can call on the following numbers and register, right? So the schedule and all will be provided to you through the link. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your patience.